So at the beginning of week 3, I wanted to give you all another update on the physics during the current pandemic. Kind of 3 things I'm going to talk about in this. One is we'll revisit the grading and explain that in a little bit more detail. And we'll talk about how do you measure your own progress during this, and then how do you update your grades in the event that you do some makeup work. So we'll start with things that you should know at this point. Pre-COVID grades. All WebAssigns and pre-flights have been extended until May 18th. That's, I believe, 4 weeks from today. 3 or 4 weeks from today, 3 weeks. So you have 3 weeks to get those done. You can do the pre-flights. Even if you've already done them, you have a second attempt. So if you weren't happy with the grade, you can go ahead and redo it. Of course, all the WebAssigns, you have approximately 100 tries on each one, so you can ensure that you get the 80% needed for the 5 out of 5 credit on that. That's going to play a key role in determining your semester grade. Beyond May 18th, that's it. So what you have is what you have. And currently, the gradebook is reflecting what you have for quarter 3. Now we move into, well, what happens with quarter 4, with the final exam, and with the semester grade. And you have the 2 options, as we talked about last time. The credit option, which you need to accomplish 60% or more of CLP 2.0, and you'll receive a special credit called COVID credit. There will be no letter grade issue for quarter 3, quarter 4, for the exam, and for the semester. If you would like a grade, you must accomplish 80% of CLP 2.0, and your grade will be determined by a 40-40-20. 40 for what you had in quarter 3. That's all the pre-COVID stuff starting on March 12th and all the way back to the beginning of the semester. And 40% for CLP 2.0 and 20% for the final project, which more details about said final project will be coming up later. Seniors, you have a special option. Instead of doing the final project, you can submit the final reflection paper, and your grade will be frozen based on what you had before the whole pandemic started. In order to do that, though, you still must accomplish 80% of the required CLP content. If you don't, then you will not be able to keep that letter grade. If you don't accomplish at least 60% of CLP 2.0, you will not receive credit for this course. You'll receive COVID no credit, and that will sit on your transcript. It will not affect your GPA, but it could possibly affect graduation requirements, since you would not have gotten credit for the courses. To clarify again, the grade for grading, or quarter 4 grading, it's binary in nature. 0 if you did not do it, 1 if you did. We're using the standard WebAssign grading from before. Now, in the previous week, the AP courses, you had a practice test as your engagement 5. You basically got a free point for that. The answer keys are available for you. You're supposed to take it and grade yourself. We're in review mode anyways, so this is what we would have done in class, is gone through some practice problems, but not for actual grading. You've already taken tests on kinematics and forces. I wasn't going to grade that for you a second time. The physics of the universe kids, what happened is in the lab survey that I filled out, I did not put in enough information to sort that data effectively, and so I just gave everyone a free point for that. It saved me about 3 to 4 hours worth of work, and I don't think any of you will complain. Now, we talked about the 2 different plans, the credit versus letter grade, and people have been asking, well, when do I get to pick? You should be able to pick this week. Now, that takes care of the grading policy. You're probably wondering, well, how do we measure progress? In order to measure progress, you're going to have to know how to count to 5, which I think should not be an issue. If you get 3 out of 5, that gives you 60%. And if you get 4 out of 5, that gives you 80%. Those are the 2 benchmarks for COVID credit and for a letter grade. So this is an example of what someone's will look like. I blacked out the name and the grade before, but if you take a look, you'll see where the green circle is, or green oval rather, that was the grade for quarter 3, and your grade for quarter 3 would display there as well. Now you'll see that the first 5 assignments showing are engagement 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This particular individual got 1s on all of them. So in the violet oval, this person, that's where you have to know how to count to 5. And we go 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 5. So this individual got 5 out of 5 for all the engagements. You'll notice in the red oval, it is checked as not graded. And the reason why it's checked as not graded is because I can't have that impact the existing score from quarter 3, which is in the green oval. It's up to individual students and parents to check this on your own, because I can't write a grade book to account for quarter 3 grades as well as to account for the new quarter 4 grades. I can manipulate the final grades at the end, but our current grade book is not set up to handle what we need to do. But you can still use the current grade book to check your own progress. Now, that comes to a rather interesting issue where some people need their grades updated, whether that's pre-COVID work or the work you're doing in CLP 2.0. I've already gone through the data and put all grades in. It was a tremendous amount of data, and I'm not going to do that again. So it is entirely your responsibility to fill out the grade update form. And once you do so, you should give about 2 work days for it to go through before I finally update it. Keep in mind that's 2 work days. Weekends do not count as work days. The link for this form is at the top of CLP 2.0 for weeks 3 and 4. I will go ahead and show you what it looks like. Well, here we go. So this is the form that you would be seeing, and you just pick what class you're in, say AP Physics 1. Then you say, are you doing an update on pre-COVID stuff or quarter 4? You click next, and then you pick which engagements and you submit. I get information regarding that submission, and I can update it from there. If you don't fill out that form, your grade is not getting updated. If you send me an email, I will send you an email back with a link to this video. Now, where is that link one more time to do your grade updates? So this is an example. This is from Physics of the Universe, AP Physics 1 and AP Physics C. Yours will look very similar to this. But as you can see at the bottom, I put in the red oval grade updates. That's a direct link to the form that I just showed you where you can fill out to do your grade updates. With that, that kind of concludes the updates for physics. So now that we've gone ahead and gone through the updates, please continue to let me know if you have any general questions about how things are going for the course, and I'll be more than happy to answer them from there. Thank you.